For more on all this, let's bring in Carrie Filipetti, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State. Great to see you, Carrie. Thanks for being. At first I got the sense that not much changed with the Zelensky Putin meeting, Putin one-on-one on the telephone, Zelensky at the White House. But then I began to look more closely, and this 15-year guarantee apparently is being put on paper. I mean, the 15-year guarantee for Ukraine, it's not a membership in NATO. Of course, the Russians don't want that at all. But it does give the Ukrainians some satisfaction to realize that we're going to back them through the next 15 years, no?
Yeah, David, I think this is a really important development. Some of the thorniest issues from the original peace plan that was floated a few months ago were the security guarantees and making sure that Ukraine could rely on those. I think in this case, if it's written down on paper, that's a significant advancement for the Ukrainian-American relationship. And I think now it's up to Putin whether or not he's willing to go for a peace deal or if he wants to continue his maximalist campaign.
They also have, and I've loved this idea, getting away from the Chinese on rare earths, this rare earth deal with Ukraine. They don't have the money or the personnel or the expertise to get the rare earths and to refine them. It's the refining process that's key. But the United States could provide all those materials we'd need. That may get us off of the Chinese.
Yeah, I think what the president has done really well here is he understands that our adversaries are not just China or Russia or Iran. He really understands that they're connected to each other, and we can use our alliances with Ukraine, with Israel, and with other partners to make sure that we're stronger than that alliance and that we can defeat the CCP, even as it tries to threaten us by weaponizing supply chains.
Now, he also talked over the past couple of days about a hit on Venezuela, trying to get Maduro out of there and replace it with a democratic government that likes the United States and that will cut off Cuba, Nicaragua, and all the other socialists in Latin America. He took out a big facility. He said, I think it was a port facility where they load all those drugs on the speedboats. Do you think Maduro's going to be gone soon?
If I were Maduro, I would certainly be planning my exit. What this most recent strike shows, whether it was a drone strike, whether it was sabotage, whether it was a cyber operation, we're not entirely sure of the specifics, but any of those scenarios really demonstrate that the U.S. is capable of doing much more than Maduro was ever aware. And this, combined with the fact that Maria Corina Machado is having a very successful visit abroad, demonstrates that he no longer has control over the territory that he thought he did, and is a big sign that his days are really numbered there.
It's also a message to the Russians, because the Russians have a lot of these illegal shipments of oil as well, going to all kinds of places. The message is there. It's kind of a shot across their bow, right? Quickly.
Exactly. Once again, President Trump understands that there's an alliance between our adversaries, and he's doing whatever he can to cut off their alliance, their relationships, and their ability to profit off of each other's illegal activities.
And very quickly, any progress at all on Gaza?
Well, we're now entering the second phase of the Gaza peace plan. The first phase has gone through very well. I'm very impressed with what's happened. So we'll look forward to what happens next.
Carrie Filipetti, you're great. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.